Now it's time. Time for the Kelly D Show on Sirius Tejano. Kelly D. Kelly D. Damas y caballeros, con ustedes, Kelly D. Kelly D. On Sirius Tejano.
What's up, guys? What's up? We are here at Sirius Tejano. I know it's been a while, but it's okay, guys. I know you guys are probably like, well, it's been 2 weeks, but it's okay. When you have life come before anything, things just happen. So, but today we're here today. We have an amazing guest with me. She's an icon to me. She's an amazing DJ. All the way from Arizona. A little, we're basically neighbors, if you can say that, because Texas is not that far from Arizona. So yes, we have an amazing person here in our studio. Well, not here personally in Crystal City, but at her home. We have Miss Peaches, all the way from Arizona. Miss Peaches, saludos. Thank you for being here with Sirius Tejano.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, Peaches, I mean, we were offline talking, and I get pretty sure we could talk forever. But you're an icon to me, and I'm pretty sure anybody that gets on and sees and be like, "Hey, Peaches is back." We're bringing you to Texas. Doing things here with us at Sirius Tejano. And like I said, thank you so much for partnering up with us, and just giving us an opportunity to see what else we can do together as a team. It's amazing when you work as a team and you could do things, and one of us grows, we both grow because we're part of a team. So that's the good thing of partnership. So thank you so much for doing that with us.
Oh, you're welcome. No, thank you guys Joe called me with the opportunity, and believe it or not, I wasn't even thinking about doing anything else. I mean, I'm affiliated with the station here in town, and I don't know what. I mean, he made that call, and then I was just like, all right, I'll do it,
Yes. So how does it feel to be back in it? And now it's going to be a little bit more, I mean, it's up to you what road you want to take. You could do interviews. Of course, you do the DJ because you do have your own radio station as it is. Well, not your own, but you do radio as well. So how different will you think it's from what you were doing before?
Well, the internet radio, there's more freedom. There's more, like with FM radio, there's guidelines, there's, certain FCC rules you got to follow. And with internet radio, you have more freedom. And I like that. I mean, not that, I cuss a whole lot or anything. I'm pretty much respectful with anyone that's watching, but, but there's more freedom, and the hours, like I'm set a set time there here at the station I'm with now, but I know that things do happen and you can't make your show or something. It's not like so you have that freedom also. But I do like that's how I started. I started with the internet radio, and I used to be with the Hano's Best for 8 years, and man, that time flew by then.
Yes. It does.
Yeah, it was just really time was just, I mean, it was from going to Fanfare to Vegas to any events we could head into Texas. I mean, we were always, me and my husband, we were always representing the station. So I like that. I like the teamwork.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, I would see you like when I first got introduced to who Miss Peaches was, because a lot of people know you by Miss Elisa, but I know you by Peaches, right? So on social media and doing things, and us having the same I guess friends or the people we associate with and stuff like that, seeing you doing what you're doing, you kind of inspire. Like, wow, there's a woman. Like seeing women. It's so hard. It's just like the artist. It's hard when you're kind of in the man genre type of scene,
Mhm.
and you were so respected by a lot of the colleagues of podcasts or radio. A lot of people, were friends with you. A lot of people love watching you. Yeah, you do have a lot of friendships with a lot of the Tejano artists, and and I saw myself the same way because, of course, the people that we communicate with, and to have that and to see that you did that too, it was just like an inspiration to me to be like, man, I could do this too. She's somebody that wants to help the Tejano industry, new or established artists, and she's just so true to herself. She's just, you know, somebody that doesn't, you know, judge or do anything like that. That's what got me so connected to what you did. And because of you doing that, you have inspired me to be where I'm at right now with the Kelly B show as well. So I thank you for that. And if you did that to me, imagine what you did for other people. And I hope we could have gone like people be like, oh yeah, Peaches did this for me, or it's good to have like what you told me. Those words that you told me are gonna go for a long ways because of your years in this type of business and being part of Radio Tejano and all that stuff. It feels somebody like that's new into this type of world of what we call the DJing world or the entertainment world. To
Mhm.
get somebody like that to tell you something like that is just, there's sometimes no words to it, but to me the words that I can only say is it's because of you. I'm living a life because of you, of
Oh,
being able to do
thank
this.
you.
And to everybody that has, done stuff as well for me, and I'm pretty sure you've looked up for to other people as well.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't want to mention people because I don't want people to say, "Oh, but she didn't mention me." Well, we talk, and I don't want to put more people out there. But there's so many podcasters, so many DJs that have always lent their hand. They've always said, "Hi, hey, how can I help you? How can I get you ready for this?" And I love that people did that when I first started. And Peaches, I'm pretty sure you doing what you did, you probably got helping hands as well, like that.
Oh,
And
yeah, I did.
you
I
know,
had I had help from. I mean, first let me say the the respect comes with time, right? I guess watch to see if you're going to fail or if you're going to make it or if how are but also the respect comes with for example, when I first started, and yeah, I was like all gung ho and I was hyped up and I was always, and I would get the inboxes from guys, whether they were musicians or whatever. And you start getting the inboxes of, hey, do you want to chat? Or, and I wasn't in this to start anything with anybody because I'm married and I'm happily married. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to have that reputation of
mhm,
doing that. I want to have the reputation of people thinking of me as, man, she's a go-getter. She's the hard worker. She knows, how to interview. She does her research, stuff like that. I wanted people to respect me for that, not for something else that I'm not, so that, and I think a lot of the artists then realize that, and they seen that, to me, it was more than a hobby or this was like something I'm really passionate about, something that I really wanted to put my whole being into. And excuse me, I think that they seen that, and I then staying with it for so many years, I think that the respect comes within time.
yes, definitely. And you've put it right where it is, because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you're in the music, the mas," and I'm gonna say it. how some people say, "Oh, man, anda buscando pedo," right? That's how some
Right.
people, right?
Right.
Right, but you know, sometimes like how like I told you, we do this because it's a passion we have for music. We grew up to this. We grew up to,
Mhm.
you know, being around what we call it la cultura, because in reality, our Tejano music is more of a cultura than anything. I
Mhm.
grew up to music. I grew up to a lot of people, and there's a local person here as well that I remember when I was like maybe 10 years old. I will always wait. Oh, at 12, she's gonna get on. It's a female. Her name's Mariterma Martinez. She was a big radio person out here locally in our town in Crystal City. And I remember just hearing because of course we would call it, oh, it's the cheese mid time at noon. But the way she would talk and she was so good on the radio. It was so cool to see a female. Like, you get excited when you see a female being somewhere where it's all about the men, right? And
Right.
it's, I it's just an emotion you get. It's just like I said with you, when I saw you, it was like, whoa, what? Like, I felt
Mhm.
like we had the same type of, I guess, base of life, and seeing that is just, it's so cool. Like, it's so amazing. I know to the people that are logging in not knowing who we're talking to a person that's been in radio for a while, for a long time. Miss Elisa Jaimes is also known as Miss Peaches. She's a great person out of Arizona. Great DJ. A lot of people respect her. I would salute to everybody that's logging in our Facebook, our TikTok, our YouTube. Thank you guys. Salud, Mr. TDK, a great friend of
Oh,
mine.
I've known
He's
him
from,
for many years.
yes, he's from my area, out here from Carrizo, Cristal, Cheto, all in this area. Salutes to Mr. Bobby Sanchez as well, another uh,
Hi, Bob.
and our good promoter friend Gavino Perez. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rapino.
Miss Mary Rivera too as well. She's another DJ out in that area of yours, right, Miss Peaches?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and then our good friend Cindy out from McAllen. Oh, there, our friend Miss Cindy in Santiago. Saludos, guys, and everybody else
Um,
that's walking in. That's from different places, from Holland, Michigan, from all over Texas. We have so many following all over Texas and out of the
yeah.
state. We even have people from Oakland watching. Mr. David Villa. Saludos, Mr. David. Thank you for tuning in. Mr. Rick Valderrama. Hello, Mr.
Okay.
Rick. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Always
Uh,
a big supporter. Yeah.
yes, definitely. Mr. David's usually on, always watches. We have our friends from California, the Cartel Group. They always get on as well. Some of the radio personalities that get on and give us a lot of credit, and we look up to them too. And like I said,
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
in great hands, Miss Peaches. I mean, people are excited that you joined with us. They're excited to hear what you got to do. Knowing your history and having the connection you do with these people, are really looking forward to what you bring to the table. So I want you to, tell us a little bit. Let's go back and tell us a little bit how you got yourself in doing this? Who was either your mentor or somebody that told you, "Hey," just like you told me off. You told me that is it Casas
Yeah.
or
Casas. Hey, Jay.
Casas?
Karaoke
Yes,
Joe.
he gives you a lot of props and try to bring him back in the radio and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I want to know who did that for you.
For me, actually, it started off with here in Tucson. It was called before the Hanos Best. It was called Radio Hacienda, and it was a based here in Tucson. It was the internet radio station, and this was maybe like 15 years ago, probably maybe even 18 years ago. And it was nobody knew about internet at that time. Nobody even knew that there was even such a thing as internet radio, right? Because we
Yeah.
had AM, we had FM. And so I joined that, tried it out. Did it? I mean, I got the bug for it then, but we didn't have the sponsorship to keep the station up, and we didn't have like to keep it going, it costed a whole lot just to keep that, because at that time, and then the sponsors weren't interested in sponsoring because they didn't know how that was going to help their business. And they didn't understand internet radio at that time. So that fell through about maybe 2-3 years. And I was looking for, like a radio station. And here in Tucson, we had, the Hano 1600, but they were already DJs that were established on there. There was no room for anyone else. That was an FM station, and then nothing else. I didn't have the training to do anything else. So I went to, I don't know who contacted me, but I was with the Hanos Best for 8 years. And the person that from there that helped me was Suavecito Angel. He's from the Hano now. And he mentored me a lot. If I would do something wrong, when I'd get on the on live or on not live, but on the radio, on the internet radio, he would call me up and be like, you know what, you might want to change this, or you might want to don't try doing that, try this instead, or So he was one. Rupert Pacheco. Okay. He plays with Ruben Ramos. He's from Tucson. He was a real big mentor. He mentored me, and is still to this day helps me whenever I need help. And so does Suavecito. He's there for me when I have any questions or help with anything. He's always there to, to help me out. So if anyone could, tag them on this live, like for them to know that, I appreciated them, because without people helping you, you sort of, if you don't know the right avenues to take, sometimes you get discouraged, and you could actually just say, forget this, it's not for me.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing, so you actually need the help. And for us female, I think it's actually harder to be radio personalities. I mean, we have our families, we still have things to take care of, the bills, the kids, the pets, plus get ready for our shows, and still have dinner waiting, or it's all like a balance.
Yes.
And once you figure out that balance, it works out. Plus, if you have a husband that helps you and supports you 100%. I mean, I can't say that. I don't think I would be still doing this if it weren't support of my family and my husband, and my kids know what I do. I don't think my kids understand how big it's become. So, yeah, I also, I see people on here that have really helped me, and recently I started working with Johnny Martinez from Conjunto Diferencia.
Yes, salud, guys. They're on.
He's also one that I talk to. I talk to him on a daily basis. We go through ideas. We share, thoughts. We share things that are happening in the industry, and we're always talking about how we can be a positive influence out there, not negativity, not bashing or hating. It matters. I think that's why people tell me that I'm just a genuine person, because I really try to be genuine. I really try to be humble, and to hear the words that you're telling me about how much, you've watched me and I inspired you. You don't even know how much that means, because to somebody that, I've been in this for so long, sometimes you feel unappreciated sometimes, and you don't know who's watching, you don't know who's you've inspired. So, I don't want to start crying. I'm a big crybaby. TDK knows that. He knows that. That means a lot to me. That means a lot.
Yes. And I don't want to get too emotional, but I'm gonna read a little something our friend Cindy kind of wrote to us. She goes, Two ladies are forced to be reckoned with. Some of the most coolest and down to earth amigas I had the pleasure to meet through my beautiful queen, Stephanie Montiel. I know you guys are going to do great things. We wish you all the best. Thank you to
Oh,
Cindy and Santiago Fajardo, all the way from McAllen. They have a chiropractor facility
oh
over
yes.
there.
Mhm.
And, thanks to them, they're an amazing group of couple that always go all out for their friends and everything. And Miss Cindy, I treasure you so much. Thank you for reaching out to me earlier today. And to all the females that are doing what me and Peaches will be doing, don't get intimidated just because you get a bad message, because I've got it when I first started. And they were kind of ugly stuff. Be like, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not flaquita. I used to be, but when your life, you get out of high school and all that stuff, you stop being
Mhm.
active, you gain weight. So they're like, ay, esa gordita que quiere on social media. Okay, but you know what?
Oh,
It don't matter what size you are, what you believe
right.
in,
That's
or
right.
what you do, as long as you're true to yourself and you're true and you mean what you're doing and you love what you're doing, that stuff slides off of you, because you should not
Mhm.
care what anybody judges you about, what anybody says, as long as you get the respect you do with the artists, the promoters, and the fans that do go up
Mhm.
to you. Because I was very surprised as well. And I went to an award show just recently at the All Stars, and I took my mom because I was supposed to go with my best friend, but my mom.
I see you. You looked great.
Yes. And my mom was like, did not expect that people like that knew who I was, or they would go up to her and they would tell her, "Oh, your daughter's this and that." I go, "Mom, don't say what I do at home, and don't be like, if you only knew what she does at the house." And but she was like, "Wow, people respect you. People like what you
Mhm.
do. Like, people know you. Like, you're taking pictures with everybody. Everybody, you're so friendly with everybody." And that's just who I am anyway. But just to I could see my mom kind of like orgullosa, right? Happy for me, what I'm
Mhm.
doing. And I know, like earlier
Uh,
today, we were supposed to have done something, and she's all like, "Well, you have an interview today." She gets all excited too. So I was like, I feel like I'm doing good stuff, and it's so good to get appreciated, even outside of, it's kind of hard to get the appreciation from your hometown, but the ones that do appreciate
right.
you in your town, it's good to say, "Hey, I saw
Mhm.
you on the social media the other day, and you were doing this and that." It's so good to get that, because I know even the artists, I know they mention it sometimes in our interviews. They're like, "Man, our hometown is the one that we have to fight for, and it shouldn't be that way. We're from
Right.
here."
Right. Mhm.
But yes,
Mhm.
it's so good to know that you do get appreciated sometimes. And still to this day, we're still fighting, trying to win our town over, because we do have our local radio station. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's hard. It's hard in trying to do that. And you know
It
I'm
is.
pretty sure you've gone through it too, sponsor wise, trying to get it going,
Mhm.
being heard,
Mhm.
and all that stuff. But you know what, the surrounding areas, even out of state people in the area, we get the respect. And I love that we're capable of doing that. Our boss looks over the analytics, and I remember the first time he's all like, "Can you believe we're being heard in Poland and Germany and all this?" I'm like, "What the hell do you know about the Hano and this type of stuff?" Like,
Yeah,
but,
right. I know. Yeah.
and I'm like,
It doesn't um I'm gonna share something because back when I started and I started, being at fanfare and asked to get on the stage and stuff, and I was not flaquita. I wasn't. I mean, I've had 4 kids. I mean, and I've lived comfortably, and you're married, and it's like I don't. I mean, I took care of myself, but I really didn't care about my weight. I mean, it was just sort of like I am who I am kind of thing. And some of the girls that I was trying to work with, I was always trying to fit in. And they were here from Arizona. And I remember me feeling so unworthy. I felt degraded. I felt like, because I didn't dress like them either. I was always trying to hide my panza with a big shirt, or you know,
Yes.
yeah. And so when I they were, or so I was sort of like, I was trying to always fit in with them, and I didn't quite fit in. And man, I just remember we were sharing a hotel room with friends of ours, some other DJs, and when we were getting ready for the night, we're getting ready to go to bed, and I went into the bathroom, and I just had the towel because we had went to fanfare, and I felt so I felt ashamed of how I looked. And I felt so like I wasn't supposed, like it was an awful feeling. And I remember, and I still remember, I went to the bathroom and covered my face with the towel and sobbing. And I didn't want my friends in the next room to hear me. And I just was sobbing and sobbing. And my husband came in and he seen me and he just held me. And I said, I feel like I don't belong. I feel like, why am I not? And no matter, it didn't matter how much I exercised, how much maybe I cut down on my eating or whatever, I was not going to be the weight that they were. I was not going to look like them. I was not going to fit into clothes like they did. And after that experience, I came back with a new mindset, and I came back with a new, I had to reset myself. I had to reset my thinking. I had to reset, like, to tell myself, and like I had to switch things up where I had to tell myself, just because you're not like that or you're not built that way does not mean that you cannot do your job, and that you're not important, that you're not irrelevant, that you are less than. And it took me a while to realize that I am not going to be like them. I am me. And I had nothing to be ashamed of, because I think the way I treat people and my personality outshines of what people might look at. And
Yes.
once people meet me, then they realize, hey, she's such a cool person, you know?
Yes.
So you have to look at it that way too, because it's like, what are they going to remember? How you treated them? Or are they going to remember, like, oh, there's that gordita, there's that, she don't fit right in her shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
What are they
Yes.
going to remember? They're going to remember how they were treated by you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Definitely.
that's where I had to. I've learned a lot in this industry, and that was one of them. You know, so I I had totally understand, and I've talked to artists that um, have that, where they feel like they are so scrutinized, by the public, no matter what they look like, and it's just the way people are, I guess.
Yes.
But
And
me
yeah,
experience.
yes, and thank you for sharing that. Not a lot of people will realize that, and just like all the females, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I like I said, I had my best friend, seen her and what it takes to get ready for a show or anything like that. Um, it takes a lot, and you know, and I think I got out of my comfort zone. It had been 20 years or maybe more. When I attended the Pura Vida Awards, well, it was supposed to be formal, and my boss like, "Hey, you have to wear a dress," and I'm like, "I haven't worn a dress since prom. Like, that's not gonna happen." And I was all like, "I don't even want to go to this award show. I don't want to wear a dress." And then I think the day before, I had bought a dress on, I think, Amazon or Shein, and everybody kept saying, "No, don't wear that. That's gonna make you look bigger." And this, and I was like, "Ugh, okay." So I told
Okay.
my mom, "Okay, let's go to San Antonio the day before. Let's see what I can come across. You know, I will put in like what I always put on: slacks and a red t-shirt." And we went, and thank God to my mom, we went to Ross. I'm not ashamed. We went to Ross, and I found my dress. But yes, it's been, and it's like, oh my God, it's been forever. But you know what? A lot of people say you rocked it, you were best dressed that day, and I'm like, what? I
Wow.
don't dress like this. I go,
Yeah.
but sometimes you got to get out of your little shell and your comfort zone, and just be. It's still you because the
Mhm.
personality is within you, but the
Mhm.
outside is just a cover. It's like everybody else.
Right. Right.
It's like us. We use filters. I'm pretty sure all women use filters. I'm pretty sure men use filters
Oh yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, but as long as we're beautiful inside and out, regardless. And
Mhm.
whatever anybody says, you know who you are and how much you're valued. And your
Right.
family is always going to be the ones to always support you. Yes, you have those, truthful friends, valuable friends that also give you great feedback and
Mhm.
push you and stuff like that, and it's always amazing to have those type of people. But the ones that always you get negative comments or whatever, those are people that should not be in your circle, or don't even pay
Oh
mind to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you dwell and put more into that type of fire, type of drama, or whatever you want to call it, well, it's gonna be something you're gonna be stuck with all the time, letting all that get to you, and you're not gonna achieve anything or any goals that you're trying to do because you
Mhm.
listen to that. And
Right.
I know a lot of artists say that too. They'd be like, "Oh, well, they say we don't sound good. We don't." You know what? You might not sound good in that song, but you put another song and it's like, "Whoa!" You take off and you sound amazing, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's
That's
so
what I that's what I think. And I the funny thing, I would the first time I went to the TTMA Awards, and I'm not a dress person. I don't like dresses. I cannot wear heels for the life of me. Even though I love heels, I think they look really nice and my sexy, but I
yeah.
cannot wear them. So I was wearing like a low heel, and I was, I had this nice dress I found at Ross. And then I was like, does anyone wear pantyhose anymore?
Oh,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know if anyone wore pantyhose anymore. And it was so funny because I was like, do we go to Penny's to buy pantyhose or do I do without?
oh. Yes. I know.
You
I
just
was up. I go, Mom, do I have to wear a faja? Do I not have to wear a faja? What is everybody wearing now?
yeah, that's how that was me. I was like, oh Lord, I don't even know. That's how long it's been since I wore a dress. But another thing that I wanted to um tell the women that are out there, whether it's right now or later on, is you don't, I guess I realized I had a lot of, um, I didn't realize how strong I was until I had to be strong. And the meaning behind that is that um, before on my first marriage, I went through a bad, rough time. Rough. I mean, um, and hardly anybody knows, but the physical abuse was extreme. And I'm seeing my truth now because I've held this in for so many years, and now I'm not afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
Um, a domestic violence survivor always finds strength after they're not afraid anymore. And I came from a small mining town. I lived close to my parents. I relied on my parents for everything from helping me take care of my kids to, being there for every game that they had, for the holidays. I mean, my parents were my everything. And once I left that situation, didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how was I going to survive? How was I going to make it with my kids? I had 4 kids, and I found the strength. I came up here to Tucson, found that I could, work and have a good life for my kids. Met my husband. He's been the total opposite of what my ex was. So he's always been my like support. Like, go out, keep doing this, keep on. focusing on what you want to do. Think of things how you could do things better, or critique yourself, or he's always been the one to help me realize that I've had a lot of strength. So anyone that is going through a situation or has gone through it, just know that you're so much stronger than what you realize. You know, it's so neat now that I can speak out about this now, whereas before I wasn't sure I could do it. And now I look at how my life was before to how I am now. Who knew that God would have taken me on this path? And that now I'm enjoying music, I'm enjoying people, I'm able to be around social events and not feel nervous that my husband's going to be, celoso, or that he's going to, freak out because somebody gave me a kiss on the cheek or something. He's total opposite. He's not like that. He's like been my rock, through this all. So it's I just want to remind females out there, even if you're a DJ, if you're, an artist, if you're, thinking about, or thinking that you can't do this, that you absolutely can. You
Mhm.
can. You can come from whatever background you come from, and you can make your life the way you choose to make it, with the help of people, good people around you, of course. So
Yes.
I think that's important, to share that, because it's I think there's women out there that suffer behind, they say, behind closed doors, and don't realize that they have the power to make their lives better.
Yes, definitely. And I'm sorry that happened to you. And look at how much you have accomplished from
Mhm.
leaving and going through whatever you went through. Us females were so, how will you say, we bundle ourselves in not letting expressing too much. And sometimes we just gotta put a foot down and be like, nope, this is not gonna happen, right? And
Right.
having you have a great support system, Miss Peaches, because look at how much you have accomplished. Your family, I mean, your husband, just your support system. It's what makes you who you still are and keep doing what you do. Because without a lot of people don't understand that us as DJs and us as radio personnel.
Oops. I think we lost signal. Let's see.
I
There
guess
she is.
sorry, I guess I got lost somehow. I guess the somebody,
I
the
was
man
going to
at the
take
other hand.
over the interview. I was like, you tell me.
I know, but no, like I was saying, a lot of people don't understand that us as podcasters and DJs also go through what Tejano artists go through. If we don't have the support system at home or the support system at all, we cannot keep doing what we do, because that's where all the fighting happens. Or, well, you put more time for that instead of the family, or vice versa and stuff like that. And I mean, of course, us too, like there's so many events we could attend, like of course fanfare, a lot of the festivals that they have, and this and that. It takes money, and it takes a lot of the time away from family get-togethers or whatever on the weekends. But you make the best of it, because once we get put on this, just like a Tejano artist, we gotta show our face. We gotta be put out there. We gotta keep going. Gotta be, let the artists know we support them, and everything they can. There's some events we might not be able to attend, but from the back end, we're socially scrolling through our Facebook, seeing if we caught something that happened, and you know,
Yeah.
comment on up somebody's page that was there or whatever, just so they know the support was there through this end, not physically, right? But we try to
Right.
make the best of it. And you know like everybody that's on, to our fans that are on, that are commenting and stuff like that. Thank you guys. You guys, I know the Spurs are playing. As you can see, I have my Spurs shirt on. I'm gonna go see
Go
the Spurs
Spurs.
in a
I'm
bit.
going for the Spurs. Yes.
Yes, and I'm glad that you guys here with us tonight. We'll get off here shortly so you guys can enjoy it. But I wanted to introduce who Miss Peaches was and her little story of her life and how she got going and what she's gonna be doing. I know we haven't talked about what our shows are gonna be about or what her show's gonna be about, but she is combining with us here at Sirius Tejano. She is also a radio person, a DJ out from Arizona, so she has her own shows out there. So if you're in the Arizona area and you do want to know, oh well, she's in the radio on our end, she is. She has it on her platform where you can listen to her at, and um, hoping Miss Peaches will be also on our app, which is the Live 365 app on online. You can download the app on our Play Store or Apple, and just search download the Live 365 app, and it'll be the Talker Music, because a lot of people try to get the audio and it's not that one. So once you get that, you search Sirius Tejano and it automatically comes up, and you can listen to our station 24/7, 7 days out of the week. And music's always playing, or there's interviews going on, or we'll have our DJs playing music and stuff like that. So that's what Sirius Tejano is all about. And you never know, we might turn into TV sometime soon. So we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of beautiful things happening with us here at Sirius Tejano. Miss Peaches, I know we're getting you along. So um, tell us. Well, I don't know your schedule yet, or I don't know when you're gonna go on, but I know that you might talk a little bit about it. So tell us how your show's gonna, be in here at Sirius Tejano.
I'm thinking of doing Mondays. Sure, I'm not sure like what time yet. I'm doing some research about that, and then but it's going to be a Tejano Conjunto show. I'll be hopefully I'll be out there. Like I'll be at. I'm hoping to make it to Vegas so I can start doing interviews. Right, start promoting the station.
Yes.
Um, I'm pretty much comfortable doing interviews. I don't get nervous anymore. I see it just having a conversation with the artist, and I've had some great interviews where the artists feel comfortable telling me like exclusive uh, stuff that I was just like, oh heck, that's something. I'm like, wow, thank you
Yeah.
for trusting me. I I thank them for trusting me with but I think that, doing the interviews, they trust me. So I have that relationship with the artist. So I'm going to try to incorporate some, the interviews plus, of course, music. On the show that I have now I'm with the show here in Tucson with the Pasco Yaqui tribe. It's KPYT. I have a Tejano show, and then I have a Magic Mix, which I play like anything from classic rock to oldies to old school country, Tejano. So I do so many shows that I incorporate like different days to do those shows. But with Serious Tejano, I'm gonna do just Tejano, and I'm gonna
Yes.
focus on that. So Mondays, I still got to get my. I was testing out my mic to make sure everything was working, and I think I might have fried my mic. I'm like, because it's been actually like maybe 6, 7 years since I got on internet
Oh,
radio, so I think my mic is fried. So I'm gonna have to talk to Joe about a mic. Um,
yes.
but I'm pretty sure I can maybe even borrow one from one of my DJ friends here that might have a mic that I can, plug into my laptop. But yeah, so I'm excited. I don't know why I my husband asked me last night, why did you decide to do internet, go back on internet? I said, I don't know. I don't know, because I guess for a while I was like a little burnt out, and I would just do my Tuesday, Wednesday shows, and then the rest of the week I had, free. And then recently the manager for the station, retired. So, and he had the morning show from 9 to 11. And now, which we're trying to cover that time, me and another DJ. So we're covering the 9 to 11 time, and they added on to my schedule, which is great because it gives me something to do. It gets me out of the house. I get my all my music's like uploaded, and I don't lag on that anymore like I was for a while. That was lagging because it's actually it's time consuming. You know, you got to work on your show. You got to work on. There's so much music out there that if I hear something like on the radio and I know I don't have it, I'll Shazam it so that I can keep it in my library. And then I go home and I look for it. Or another person that's helped me along, if I don't have a song or and he has it, is Eddie Olvido
Okay.
from Tejano Network.
Yes.
Yeah, Eddie's helped me and has always been very encouraging and just, um, you know, him and his crew have always been really nice. So anything, if I need music, they're always there,
Yes.
you know. And I know Mari from the Huddle to the Bone, we got to be pretty good friends. It's been a few years. We got to hang out when we were at Fanfare one time and got to go and spend the day together and go eat. And it was cool to, um, you know, just to be with another female DJ, you know,
Yes.
that is, yeah. So I made a lot of friends, you know, friends that, and I've made friends that I'm not as close to anymore. And I sometimes you just don't you can't even figure out why or what happened. Um, a lot of it has to do with if they feel like um, it's competition, or like if some DJs don't like the fact that maybe you're getting more recognition than they are, they'll distance themselves from you. So, you know, that happens. And it's unfortunate because I think we all have our time to shine. You know, we're all different. We're all, we have our, you know, specialties. We have, you know, so I think all of us have something awesome to give to this industry and to this genre. We're doing the work to keep this industry going,
Yes. We
you know. So like you yourself, you know, I remember when I first it was probably about a few months ago when I you popped up on my feed, and I was scrolling through Facebook. And so I think I got in there, but I didn't comment or anything. I was watching. And I like to see how a person interviews, or how, you know, they play the music or whatever, because it's, you got to captivate the person that's watching in the first, I say, the first 5 minutes that they are on the air. Because if not, people have a short attention span, so
yes.
they'll log off if you can't keep their,
Attention.
you know, attention, right? Um, but I remember watching you, and the first thing I said was like, "Oh yeah, we're in good hands."
Awesome.
You know, so because I feel like I'm not going to be doing this. I mean, I'm already, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I don't know how much longer I have to give, because now my parents are getting older. I'm having to watch them a little bit more, be there for them, you know, and so things take priority over being a DJ, or, you know, family things come up, grandkids come up, you know, I mean, so I don't, but with you yourself and others that have started, you know, I feel like our industry's in good hands. So yeah, just keep shining, keep doing your thing, and keep on, you know, because it makes a difference. I mean, if I popped in there and that's the first thing I thought of was, yeah, we're in good hands.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing good. You're doing awesome.
Thank you, Peaches. That means a lot to me. Like I told you, it means a lot to me. And just to get those kind words, I don't take it very lightly, especially when it comes from you, right? And it all I always tell everybody is just be positive, just be you. There's no reason to be fake and anything that you're doing, because I mean, we come here for a purpose, and I guess this was my calling, right, to do this. Yes, I have my
Yeah.
regular job. I've had my regular job and all that stuff, but this is like it's this is what we call an outlet, right? This is our outlet, and this is my outlet, but it's also my calling. So I love what I do. I love the connection I have with the Tejano artists, because before I'm even a podcaster or a person like this, I'm a fan. So to be a fan
Yeah.
and know a lot about people, and a lot of people say, "Oh, how do you get to know this and that?" You know what? And I get in trouble at work sometimes. I'm always on my phone, but the reason I'm on my phone, I'm socially networking and looking at everything that's going on. The news is here, what's going on with certain artists, this and that, and that's how I stay connected. Yes, I'll read your bio, I'll get some stuff from there, but I want to know you, like at the time I'm sitting with you,
Mhm.
and that's how it could. The only way it could work is getting the true
Yeah.
person that you are trying to put out there. So if you get the true person here at the studio, the people and the fans are getting the true person of you. So that's the
Right.
stuff that I try to capture, and you know, I love doing this. I love having a friendship with people like yourself as other DJs, people that are DJs somewhere else that have other podcasts. It's beautiful when we come together and we get to meet each other. And you know, salutes to everybody that's out there. That we have artists that have come in for you, had come in for me on our SHAP team, and salutes to Mr. Anthony Patterson, a good friend of ours. To George,
Oh, hi, Anthony.
yes, to George Van,
Hi, George.
all the way from the freestyle cartel. Salutes, thank you so much. Um, you
Nice.
know, having that type of connection or relationship with them, it's amazing. Like I said, I was at the award show, and having the communication with the other Tejano artists and the other podcasters that were there, and they're like, "Hey, I know who you are," and I'm like, "I know who you are." Just it's good to know that they know that they see what we're both doing, and it's good to see. And when they come up to you, they're like, "Man, you're just exactly how you are up there." And you just have to be. You just have to be. And I tell them it's the same thing. Like, so are you guys? It's amazing to finally get that the what charisma you do, or the character
Mhm.
you are on this platform, and have it at the same time in person is amazing. It's cool. It's so awesome to see.
Yeah.
To all our friends out there, to our other radio personnel that we have in our show here in Sirius Tejano, is Miss Hilda Pena. Salud, Miss Hilda. She's also
Hi, Elda.
another female that's in our show. And you know,
Mhm.
like I said, Peaches, adding you just into Sirius Tejano, we are starting to feel where they used to tell us, well, we're the lead team, right? Well, we're building that. We're trying to build up just a, let's just say we're an empire of trying to keep
Mhm.
Tejano music living, right? Because a lot of people keep saying
Right.
it's dying, it's this, it's that. It only dies if you let it die.
Mhm.
You start
No.
listening to it. That's the only time. Because if you look at our emails, we
I'm sure.
live
Yeah, and I'm sure.
music, like it's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm sure you get the emails, right? You get the emails of all the songs that we get
Yes,
constant.
constant.
This is every day.
Yes,
We get music every day, and that's like that just shows. I mean, whether it's a song that's gonna, hit or miss,
yes,
they're still making music,
yes,
and that's I appreciate all the artists that are still striving and to push and to keep our genre alive. I mean, uh, and I always say that we're blessed in our genre to have, I mean, artists that are top of the line artists that I consider that they could go to another genre and be big somewhere else,
yes,
like Stephanie, Rick Valderrama, Miguel Hernandez. I mean, those talented people, you know, off the bat, Percy and I'm Sevi, Gabe Rivera from Texas Latino. I mean, Jay Perez, Jay can sing anything, so how lucky are we and that we get to play their music
yes.
and we like I have a follower from Japan. His name is Shuji. Shuji, and he's followed me from the very beginning when I first started. I don't know why. It's beyond me on how he still follows me, but I did get to meet him at Fanfare one year, and we took a picture together. And he's this chinito, but he has a cowboy hat, real cute, and he was so like excited to meet me, and he knew me from across the way, and when I seen him, I just was like, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
And he introduced himself, and I was like, he was telling me, "I'm from Japan." I was like, "What the heck?"
Yes.
So
You just don't know
that
how
was
far our
really
music gets heard or our podcast gets heard, right? So it
right.
happens. It happens. And like I said, to all the artists, to everybody that's out there, I know everybody's all like, well, it's almost done. Yes, it's almost done, guys. Don't worry, the Spurs are there might be behind, but it's only 13 to 14
I'm more,
now.
I'm more interesting. We're more interesting than the game right
Right.
now.
It is, guys, because I'm over here watching. I have it on the TV up back there, so it's we're more fun. We're more fun. But no, guys, we have a little surprise for you guys. If our hometown or the surrounding areas or you guys want to make your way out here, we are gonna have a 4th of July event happening in our hometown called Crystal City. We have the 4th of July, which is an Independence Day celebration. We're gonna have an amazing group of lineup. So I'm gonna put you guys the lineup so you guys can know who's coming down here. So Miss Peaches, with your permission, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
let them know
sure.
a little bit of an event that's coming out to our area. And we are the station that will be DJing with our good friend DJC, all the way from Ovalde, will be in our here at our event.
Oh
So
wow.
you guys take a look and listen.
Saturday, 4th of July, at the Juan Garcia Memorial Park in Crystal City, Texas. Everyone's invited to an Independence Day celebration. Live music, food, and fireworks. This is going to be a free event. Free! 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. Performing live will be Jenny B.
Conmigo a bailar, la fiesta no termina, vamos a gozar.
Grupo Entrego.
Ya no te encuentro. ¿Será que eres feliz con alguien más?
Anthony Patterson.
No me digas no, porque extraño tus besos, extraño tus labios y tu modo de ser.
Yahari. Gary Hobbs.
Las que te doy nomás son para ti. Maldito amor. Ya ves, ya no soy el mismo que tú maltratabas y no te decía nada yo.
DJ MC for the event will be Sirius Tejano's very own DJC. America celebrating 250 years. Saturday, July 4th. Brought to you by the City of Crystal City. Don't miss it. For more information, call 830-602-0247.
Yes, guys. What a great lineup. I mean, for one day, you can't beat that lineup. So, a great event coming to our hometown for 4th of July, Independence Day celebration brought to you by our City of Crystal City. To our surrounding areas, I know everybody else will be celebrating 4th of July as well and having Independence Day. And everybody kind of celebrates it the same day. And, some have it for 2 days. Unfortunately, this year is the first year we don't have it for 2 days. We have it for one. But we have a great lineup. And thank you to the City of Crystal City for allowing us to promote this and put this out there. And, it's great to know what we could bring to our town. And if anybody wants help and an event needs us to try to help them get music or whatever or entertainment, give us a call. We don't mind helping you guys and tell you, oh, this band is available, these bands are out there and this and that. If you saw our lineup, we have a couple of newbies, what we call them, right? New artists. Yes, we have 2 established artists that were on that lineup, but having Miss Jenny B, Mr. Anthony Patterson, and Grupo Entrego, 3 new artists out there right now. They're they're really popping in the Tejano scene right now. Very, very out there, and they have great music. And then, of course, you can't go wrong with the cumbianeros, what we call it, right? Yahari, a great band out there from Mexico.
Cool.
If you guys have not seen their shows, go look them up on YouTube. You'll be blown away. They're so entertaining. I don't know how that guy can dance till the end of the show. It's crazy. And of course, you can't go wrong with El Borrao de Eagle Pass, Mr. Gary Hobbs. So we have a great
Very
event. And Peaches, I'm really excited to see maybe us, and hopefully they reach out to us. We can be out there to the Victoria Memorial Weekend Bash. They have an amazing lineup as well. And, I always said my
hope
vision,
so.
hopefully next year, because I know I won't be able to do it this year, but hopefully next year, make it to the Vegas convention event out there with amazing, what is it, a week of just entertainment.
Yeah, 4 days of just music. And I mean, it's neat to be able to, when you're sitting in the lobby and you see an artist pass by and you're like, hey, can I, get a picture with you? And they're so nice. They're like, yeah, sure. And,
Yeah.
they talk to you and stuff. But I remember, was it last year? And that's when Elsa Garcia was coming back.
Hmm.
And I knew, oh my God, this lady, I've loved her for so long. I mean, it's just like her voice, and when she's retired, and I mean, I still played her music and stuff, but when she came back, I made it a point to be there, and she was walking through the hall, and I asked to take a picture, and she goes, yes, of course, Peaches. And I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know who I am? There's no way you know who I am. And she goes, yes, of course I know who you are.
Yes.
She's like, you're just like, you're silly. And I would be like, I well, busted out in tears. I was like, holy cow.
Yes.
Like, how could somebody that high status in our industry even know who I am? But I guess, you do. I mean, being in it for so long, I'm not saying that I'm the best out there. I never said that. There's always room to learn. I'm still learning about radio. Still,
Hmm.
I don't know everything. I'm still the same person. TDK can tell you, the person he met years ago. I'm still the same. I'm still the same person. I act the same. I treat everyone the same. So TDK knows. I've known him for many years, and so it's just. I think we have I'm excited to join this team. I'm excited to be with a team that I know is going to. I'm not the only one that's going to be promoting the station. It's all, us as a team, and we back each other up. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, it sure is. And, Miss Peaches, like I said, I wanted to do this and let people know that you were part of our connecting with us and doing stuff here with Sirius Tejano, and just giving you I guess, get your feet wet a little bit of how this all works again. And, it's amazing to have you here. And whatever you need, you can always count on us. Joe's really good. If you need music, let us know. We do have a lot of music. And, the promoters that are out there, we appreciate you guys so much and getting us the music as often as we do. And if you're an independent artist and don't have a distributor that distributes your music, send us your music. You guys know we are under serioustejano@gmail.com. You can reach out to us and send us your music. If you need some help or need something, you guys can always reach out to us. We're always here to help you guys as artists, because this is why we're doing it, is to help you guys get noticed, get put out there. And this is the only way it'll work if we help each other. So as you can
Right.
see, the email's right there under the screen. It says serioustejano@gmail.com. You can send the music there. We're really good. If once the music gets sent to us, we do a premiere and say, this music will be premiering at 12 or at 3 or whatever. You guys will get premiered there. And again, thank you to all the musicians, to all the promoters, for the artists that always willing to take this opportunity and reach out to us and be like, hey, can we set up an interview? Can we do this? Can we do that? That goes beyond our wildest dreams in doing things like that, because this is why this is called Sirius Tejano, because of things like that. We want to do that. We want Sirius Tejano is not just about music. It's about connecting with the artists. As I mean, back then we didn't have this. Either you drove to the station to sit down and do an interview over the air. Now you can see actually who the artist is or who you're communicating with, and take advantage of everything that is out there to promote you or to do what you can do to get music put out there is the only way. I mean, a lot of people I know, and I'm a go-to to ChatGPT. I love using ChatGPT, but we do use our own other services that there is. But I know everybody say, oh, well, the ChatGPT all looks the same. It only looks the same if you just tell them, oh, do this. Be creative. Tell them exactly what you want them to do, and they'll do it. So
I use it too. I use it for my flyers, but then I gotta correct it. Hey, can you make it look less orange? Like everything's orange and red, and I'm like, hey, Chat GPT, can you make it like add some blue in there or something?
Yeah, just be creative. Write exactly what you want, the colors, everything that you want it to represent. They'll do it for you. So there's that sources, or there's like us radio stations. We also do flyers. You need a flyer, you need a radio promo or a drop or whatever, just reach out to us. We'll help you out as well. And like I said, Miss Peaches, I'm excited for you to be on. I can't wait to hear you DJ, ready to hear the music, the mixing. I mean, all of us here all have our special way in how we play music. A lot of people know I'm all about cumbias. Tejano cumbia is what I like the most. Or yes, I like conjunto. I like the I like the conjunto. I like the norteño. But more is the cumbia, the rhythm of hearing the accordion, the bass, the keys when it comes to like a cumbia flair type of song. Like it's what I like to hear. And to all my conjunto norteño, don't get jealous, guys. I like hearing you guys too. Don't worry.
Well, I gotta play conjunto because me and Johnny Martinez, we work together, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna bring your music on board with me, and I'm gonna, really push you guys out there. Maybe somebody hasn't heard you guys before, but I mean, they're doing awesome things. They're here all over. I mean, they've been all over Conjunto Diferencia. So I'll be mixing some conjunto in there.
Yes, definitely. But Miss Peaches, I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you so much for devoting your hour with me. To the fans, to the people that were on. I know you're already anxious to see the second quarter, because I think it's already at the second quarter of the game. So go Spurs, go. Thank you guys so much to be here with us on this Wednesday. We're back in studio getting this going. Miss Peaches, they just gotta watch you on social media and see what you're gonna get on. So excited, and thank you so much for taking this time with us.
I'm hoping this Monday. I'm hoping this coming Monday.
All right, so
Joe's gonna help me set it all up and all that.
Awesome. I cannot wait. Again, Miss Peaches, thank you so much. Like I said, we can probably talk for a long time, but you know what? We'll leave it for another day, because you never know what could happen here in our show. We can always bring it in and just get on out of randoms. So again, thank you so much. And to all the fans, and Joe, thank you so much. And we'll catch you later, and hopefully the Spurs win. Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Saturday, 4th of July at the Juan Garcia Memorial